Good afternoon, everybody. I hit the applause too quick. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Midday Market Action. Big day today. As you know, we got some stuff to talk about in regards to socially what's going on in the world today. But of course, you know, we're going to always talk about what's going on in the stock market. That's what we do. If you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear on this day. Let me know. Hopefully you had a good weekend. I know, Janice, you're right. Happy Eclipse Day. That's the big news. You know, that's going all over the place. And it is. And hopefully if you're in the total darkness spots, you can watch it and see it and let us know what you thought. Remember, folks, don't look up into the sun. Don't do it. The only people that can do that is Marines. We can do that because we're Marines. But if you're not a Marine, don't go looking into the sun. I don't want you to go, here comes the sun, do. Don't do that. Eclipse just a few miles from where I'm at in Texas. Way to go, Mark. 97% here, says Bill. I think here in North Carolina, Joey, I think we get 80%. Did you see that?
No idea.
Yeah, Joey doesn't know. I thought he did. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, but he has no idea. But I think your wife will tell you. There you go. I like that. For me, for us here in North Carolina, again, I think we only get 80%. But you know, the big news is what we got. You know what we're talking about, and they made a song about it. Joey, did you know that they made a song about it? And there we go. So thank you for that, Joey. I asked Joey to set that up, and he did. Of course, he's an amazing individual when he's not talking about stocks. He's an amazing individual when he's not talking about stocks. So thank you for that, Joey. And you know, that is the big news. I'm wondering if there's any stocks that affect that will be affected by the eclipse. I couldn't find anything that was big in my mind that came across. So but again, that's the big news for today. Thanks for the multi-bagger video, Glenn. Do you use it for future perspective watch list? Absolutely, Ramor. Absolutely. You feeling good today, says James. I'm feeling good every day. I should have had Joey put that up. Ow! I feel good. You know that I would. That's right. I do feel good. First trading day of the week. Hopefully you guys had a great weekend. And so Friday I added only one stock to the multi-bagger. We're going to take a look at those portfolios again just to see what's going on. Three Loaves says, do you recommend any good stocks? Three Loaves, I give you good stocks to take a look at every single live stream. Whether it's today, whether it's Wednesday, whether it's Thursday, whether it's Friday. I am live streaming 4 days a week. And one of those days, I live stream with my colleague, Ryan. So we give you good stocks every single live stream we're on. All right. Dan says, with all the uncertainty, would it be more conservative to do calls and puts? You know something? I primarily try to trade calls and puts because I have the most opportunity to leverage my money and make money on stock. So I do like, no matter what the market is doing, I like to primarily trade calls and puts or ETFs. You know, whether it's ETFs, whether it's calls, puts, whatever it is. Outside of just doing stocks. That's why a lot of the stocks that I give you, I try to make sure that they have options attached to them. All right. So a lot of the fish that we give, I try to make sure that we do that.
Did I check your chat?
Say again?
Did I check your chat?
No, I still got chat. JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon on Monday warned that excessive government spending in the U.S. may continue to fuel both high inflation and interest rates. We're going to talk about that. We are definitely going to talk about that. You guys know how I feel in regards to the respective interest rate cuts. I don't think that they're needed. All right. You guys clearly know I've given my side of the story in regards to that. Inflation is still a problem. I know that it's cooling, but it's now new word, new term, sticky. That's the new word for inflation, sticky. And if inflation, even if it pulls back a little bit, it's still in a spot where inflation is still an issue and affecting the Fed's decision in rate cuts, and which is why they're not in a hurry to do it, number one. Number two, I do not think that we get 3 rate cuts this year. I think possibly we get one because it is an election cycle. So I think we only get one, and that's it. And I think you're going to start to hear a lot of the other Fed people start to get on board with that. But it doesn't matter what they say. All that matters is what Jerome Powell says. All right, so we'll keep riding. Glenn, should we be diversifying our portfolio worldwide? Watch tonight's video. I give my top weekly picks for the U.S. and for Canada, and I try to stay diversified in those picks. And actually, this week, in this week's video, I need to add another stock in the top weekly picks portfolio because one closed out. So we're going to see that. Is Tesla ready to move up? Interesting, Jazz. We're going to talk a little bit about Tesla as well. I think the Fed is more concerned with jobs, more important than interest rates. And jobs are still there. Jobs are still there. We saw last week 303,000 new jobs. Now, I think that the number is rigged a little bit. I've given you my insight on that. But nonetheless, people are looking at 303,000 new jobs. Where they're coming from and how they're calculating that number is a different video. But based upon the number, the job spot is not where the Fed needs it to be to start cutting rates. All right. One last question. I'm relatively new to trading, a little under a year now. I'd like to learn options trading. Do you have a book recommendation or best way to learn options? Right now, I believe, Joey, we're getting ready to start the Options Jumpstarter course. We had Jim on last week or the week before. Joey, put the link. I think there still is a link for it. OJC, try and see if that works. You try it first. You try it first before you post it. But we do have a course for the beginning options person called the Options Jumpstarter course. All right. Maybe something that you are interested in. The green book you guys offer for free. Not a lot on options, Nabil. Not a lot on options. All right. Let's start to get into what's going on in the market. We can see there's a lot of yellow in the color guard, but all 3 colors are being represented in a 6-day time period. My thing always about that is if when all 3 colors are being represented in that 6-day, the market is having a hard time really determining a direction. All right, so keeping all of that in mind, let's get right into the software. There we go. And I want to take a look at the VectorVest composite. This is what we use to time the market because it tracks the move of over 9,000 stocks. Here's the uptrend that I had over the last 3 months on the composite, steadily moving up. My question has been to you, is this sustainable? The market is due for a healthy pullback. I didn't say it needed to crash. There you go. Thank you. Joey put the link up there for the Options Jumpstarter course that we're getting ready to start. I clicked that /Jumpstarter. All right. So it's there for you guys. Take a look at it. See if you're interested. It's something, especially for the new options people you want to learn. That's a good way to start learning. All right. With that, market's moving up a little bit in a channel, as you can see right here, a little bit of a gap up, come down. But does the market still have upside? It all depends on what the news that keeps coming out about the market. So let's get into the news real quick. There we go. You wanted to talk about Jamie Dimon. That's the first thing we're going to talk about. Jamie Dimon warns inflation rates may stay higher for longer. And that's a term that the Fed has been using, that interest rates may stay higher for longer. And based upon the data that he's getting in regards to PCE, all of the inflationary news that's coming out, he's still not in a position. It's still not in a position where he can actually start to think about cutting rates. So, interesting story. I wanted to bring that to your attention. That's going to weigh heavy on the market. Next one. This is another big story. U.S. offers TSM up to $6 billion for Arizona factories. That'll put 3 factories in Arizona as part of the CHIPS Act. They're getting money from the government as an incentive to build more chip factories. And after all of this, they may end up with 3 total big factories. The company has 3 fabrication plants in Phoenix, Arizona. In the works. The funding would come from the U.S. CHIPS and Science Act. And man, just think about Arizona as a whole with all of the jobs that will come from these factories and lessening our ability to have to depend on China for these chips. TSM, and Ryan did a video. It was either a short. Was it a short or was it a video, Joey? I think it was a video talking about where it all started. And TSM was his video that he did. If you haven't, huh?
Yep, it was his video last week.
It was his video last week. So if you haven't watched it, please do. Between Ryan and I, we try very hard. We try very hard to give you some of the best information out there to help you guys make money, and Joey put the link in there for the TSM video. If you're still not a subscriber to the channel, I invite you right now to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. So when our videos come out, our shorts come out, all of those things, you'll be alerted right away when that happens. Next story, talking about crypto. All right. MicroStrategy Coinbase jump on the latest Bitcoin surge. Whenever Bitcoin moves, Coinbase moves, MicroStrategies move, the miners move. So I keep my eye on that. You know, I'm not a big fan of crypto, but I still want you to have the opportunities to make money when the opportunity arise. All right. And right now it looks like it's on the rise again. We'll take a look at that stock. How about Boeing still getting its butt kicked? FAA launches probe after Southwest Boeing aircraft loses engine cover during takeoff. Dang. Boeing just can't catch a break, number one. Number two, what have I told you is the alternative to Boeing? Type it in the room. I've given you a stock to keep your eye on who's going to be the beneficiary of Boeing's woes. What stock have I told you to keep your eyes on in lieu of Boeing? Type it in the room. Boeing has a ways to go still. I don't disagree with you. Airbus is it. Airbus is it. I'm telling you, as Boeing keeps getting all of this negative press, Airbus is the way, because I think more and more companies are going to start to defer their orders for airplanes from Boeing and into Airbus. Now, ERJ is not a bad play either, Linda, but they're not getting as much press as Airbus is getting. All right? They're not getting as much press. So when I look at which stock to take a look at and keep your eyes on, it does look like Airbus is getting more of the press than ERJ. But I don't think either one of those are bad picks. All right, next one. Someone asked me about Tesla. How about this? Tesla rises after robo-taxi development while Uber and Lyft fall. So it pushed higher after Elon Musk disputed in general terms a report that the electric vehicle giant has canceled plans to develop the Model 2, which has been highlighted as a vehicle that could be sold to the mass market. So you know that Tesla has been doing this price war to get more cars all over the place. Thank you, Nabil says, just signed up. Thanks, guys. That's for the options jumpstarter course. For any of you who are new or want to learn more about options, it is our beginning course to learning what options are all about. You guys need to consider signing up for it. So with that, Deepwater Assessment Man, said it is the right move for Tesla. If it's accurate, the company being the first to do a full autonomy at a scale is huge first mover advantage. So I sit back and I've said this a lot of times that with what Elon Musk is doing, he's going to be one of two things. It's either going to be he's looking like a total idiot, or he could be looking like the biggest genius ever. So we'll see. We will totally see. Tesla is getting surrounded by competition, which is true. There's a lot of other EV companies out there, but Tesla is the mass producer. You know, just think about it. Is the mass producer in the U.S. of the electric vehicle. All the other manufacturers have combustion engines, right? And they're getting into the EV space. Tesla is the EV space. So we'll see what happens. What is the cost for the options course, Glenn? You know, I don't know if I have anybody here in the background from product support to give that answer. Normally, I might have Boston or I might have David here. I do not know for sure, and I do not want to give you the wrong answer, Mark. If not, send me an email, Glenn T with 2 N's, Glenn T at VectorVest.com. Oh, Alfredo said $299. Bree said $495. Hold on, those are 2 different prices. Send me an email, Mark, and I'll find out for you. All right, send me an email, Glenn with 2 N's, Glenn T at VectorVest.
The link says 4.
Oh, the link says $495. Okay, there you go. There you go. Bree got it. It's $495. But during the intro before.
There's some early bird.
Okay, so there was a difference between early bird and now. Okay, I got you. But again, that's I wanted to make sure I give you the right one. Next one. So I talked about Boeing. And again, I think that Airbus forecast, look at this. Airbus forecast 45% growth for the North American aircraft services by 2042. Now, that's a long time away. All right, that's a long time away. But as I think slowly but surely, Airbus is going to pick up. I want to go look at ERJ. Linda's talked about ERJ. Let's talk about Embraer. Is there any news on Embraer? Let's go see. Embraer moving into harvesting mode. Archer Embraer downgraded. Look at that, Linda. That was on March 26th, though. Embraer downgraded at UBS, Banco do Brazil. I don't know who they are. Whatever. They just said, hey, we're going to downgrade them. They said, this my all Embraers around the world just kicking the butt in the ain't no holla back, girl. They ain't no holla. I don't know. That's what I felt like saying at that time. All right. So with that being said, I just wanted to take a look at that, Linda, because I think that Embraer may not be a bad play, but Airbus is getting more. Airbus is getting more of the press than not. Now, move on to another subject, the beauty space. Ulta Beauty gains after Loop Capital upgrade. So I got I'm going to look at my list for Ulta, Sally's. What was my third company? I forgot. What was my third beauty company? It was Lips. What is that? Son of a gun. Somebody tell me. What was the third beauty company in this space? Elf. Thank you. Dang it. I can't believe I couldn't remember that. Elf. I'm going to put that in my list. I want to see if these beauty companies that were rocking all over the place, if they're getting ready to make another move. All right. But in my list today, I've got Ulta and I do have Sally's. I'm going to put Elf. EV space. I should have put this story with the Tesla. Ferrari researching technology of lithium battery cells with Italian scientists. Could you imagine a fully electric Ferrari? Ferrari's teaming up with scientists in the University of Bologna to research lithium battery cells as the company moves forward with the production of an all-electric supercar. SMCI, I'll put that on my list today, Robert, as stocks to look at. You know the deal. The deal is for every 10 likes that we have, I will look at a stock. All right, so I didn't ask for them yet. You guys already do this anyway, so you can get your stocks up there. I would get into so much trouble with an EV Ferrari. Who are you telling? Joey drives his truck like he's, in the Indy 500. I can imagine what Joey would do in a Ferrari. And it's all baloney, he says, Jazz. All right, so we're going to look at race, see if an all-electric supercar is interesting. We already looked at that. Here's a stock that's moving up today. AXTI stock surges on upbeat revenue outlook. This stock, I watched it. It was up a lot What is it up? It's up 15% today. We'll take a look at that to see if it's worth it as a company to get in. It's up 15%, but look at this. It's soared to 25%. It's pulled back. Why? Probably profit taking, but we're going to take a look at the stock to see if it is worth it to keep our eyes on. UBS sees gold. How many of you are trading gold? Type of 1. How many of you are trading gold? I had some gold. What was I trading? I believe I was trading GLD. All right. No, I was trading Harmony. I made some money on Harmony. But we're going to take a look to see if gold is worth it. Is it going to be $2,500 by year end with pickup in ETF buying likely ahead? So Harmony is a good play. I do like Harmony. So we'll take a look at gold today. Gold prices. Now, this is another side of the story. The other side of the story says, how come it didn't move? Oh, I'm looking at the other one. Okay, fine. So I got a little nervous there. Gold prices due for a correction. Ta-da! I just want you to keep, that's another story though. This is just another, silver gets support from both investors and industry. This is this guy who's talking about it from Kitco. Gold appears overbought and due for an imminent correction, while silver is seeing support from both the investment community and industrial demand, according to Precious Metals. All right, so interesting story. I think I need to put silver in the list as well. I need to put some, what is that? SILV. I'll put that in my list today. Interesting. But this is the other side of the story. And earnings this week, we're starting off on another quarter. Not a lot going on this week, but I see Weed Drugs, Tilray, what else? AEHR, Delta, CarMax, Fastenal, Lovesac, Cons, and BlackRock Friday. Citi, the banks are going to start reporting. There's Wells and Citi and State Street will all be reporting on Friday. So we're getting ready to get into earnings season starting from the beginning. I need major big fish for this week's trades. Oh, Amir, I give you major fish. It's up to you what you're going to say. Ramor says some people are saying silver in the 30s. We'll keep our eyes on it. Tilray's earnings will be interesting because there's a lot of decriminalization talk on weed stocks. All right, so those are all my news stories. Let's get back into the software and let's do some stuff. Let me clear this chat. Let's go to my viewers, starting off with the indices, a little bit of a mixed market. It was all up today with the exception of the VIX. But right now, the biggest mover is the Russell, up 0.5%, and the VectorVest Composite, up 0.3. The Spiders, the Dow, and the Qs are all down as the market day progresses. And we had a jump in the VIX, getting close to the value of 20. Once we get to the value of 20 on the VIX, the market is definitely in fearful territory. Right now, we're still in greed. A drop in the VIX today. We'll keep our eyes on that. Here's all of the stocks. So I need to add ELF and silver to here, right? Let's go add ELF and SILV. All right. So here's all of the big stocks, the big news stocks today. Biggest mover out of all of those stories is AXTI. Remember, it was up as much as 25% today. Not fundamentally sound. So this was an earnings play. Negative earnings. Goodness gracious. Let's go take a look at all of these stocks. Let's just put them on a graph and take a look. I got some of these stocks that are sell recommendations. Let's open this up. So AXTI was an earnings play, right? Earnings. Let's go put this on 3-month. Was it all earnings? It was forecasted that they had some growth, but I'm not feeling that. And look at that pullback. Remember, 25% up, and now look at it. A lot of people taking profits off of that. We lost trigger a couple of days before this announcement, and we still have a gap to fill on this. Look at this. We still have a gap to fill. And today it went above. All right. It started to fade the gap, but then quickly went down. I'm not feeling that stock. crypto move, I do have a level of support. I'm not feeling this yet, even if the crypto is moving up. MicroStrategy closed bar, which means the price currently is below the open. All right, I'd be careful with that. Coin, same scenario, but coin actually gapped up on the move. All right, so coin moved with crypto. MicroStrategy sort of kind of moved with crypto, but we are still off of a 3-month high on either one of those. That's on coin and on MicroStrategy. So the coin, the coin or the Bitcoin space, I'm not fully in line with right now. Tesla. Now, coming off of this, Tesla's starting to make a move. I did have to get out of my TSLQ. I am watching the move. And look at this. I might almost get trigger. On Tesla. Interesting move. That would be preliminary, of course. That would definitely be preliminary. And it is a low trough. I do like that. We'll see. I'm going to keep my eye. Right now, though, I can still draw a line. Let's draw a freehand line from this high. We're still below the trend line. Everybody see that? And for all you folks that are thinking it's time to jump into Tesla, first thing I'd look for 2 things. One, looking at this graph, the MPI graph, which every VectorVest subscriber automatically has access to. I'd look to see if it can break through the downtrend, and I'd like to see if we can get trigger. That's for the super aggressive people like Jazz and T. Those people could jump in if we break through the downtrend and we get trigger. That might be an early move. Am I ready to do it yet? Not yet. Let the market come to you. Let the stock come to you. Right now, it's not there yet, but it could be setting up. Everybody understand that? Yes or no? All right. And the question, Jazz, I'd wait until it jumps. I don't have a specific price. Actually, I might be able to give you a specific price. What would I be looking for as far as price? I'd be looking at $12 above, 12 cents above, 83.93.95, 174.95, 174.95. And Janice says Tesla earnings on April 23. Now, the thing about Tesla earnings is I think that the bottom line is still going to be affected adversely. And I don't think that the amount of cars sold or developed is good yet. So I'm very tentative. What's the at a parameter? What's the RS? The company still makes money at 1.21. The company still makes money. The upside is just not there. I'm not real warm and fuzzy about Tesla's earnings. But you know something? If you do get in Tesla and you own it on the day of the earnings, I would put an option play on. I'd put on a straddle. I'd put on a straddle. For every one of you who are in Tesla, if it jumps above and you get the trigger and you own it when earnings comes around, I would put on a straddle. All my options people, does that make sense to you? Yes or no? All my options people, does that make sense? I think long-term a converging triangle, maybe. Hold on. I want all my options people to answer that question though. I don't know. This upward move is not that upward. Does crypto rise affect the gold and prices long term? I don't think that there's a direct correlation to crypto and gold. There's a direct correlation to gold and the dollar. A lot of people think that it is a hedge like gold. I'm not on that. I'm not on that path. I don't think so. I don't think so. All right. So that's my thinking on Tesla. If the news is coming out and makes people want to jump on board, that's what I'm looking for. If you're going to get in early, those 2 things, trigger and breaking above that downtrend. And if you own it, those things happen and earnings comes, I'd put a straddle on. All right. I'd put a straddle on. All right. Neil, we're going to look at oil and gold. What else is in the list? Elf Beauty, nice up day. Again, it was Ulta that got the jump, and I'm thinking that the other beauty stocks might get a jump. I don't like this play. All right. I liked it when it was running. I don't like this play. Even with the up day, look at the move in the trigger. We still have trend barely. We might be losing it soon. So that's on Elf. There's Ulta. There's the move on Ulta. I think all three of them are going to have moves today. Am I ready to jump back on board? Not yet. Let the trade come to you. There it is, Linda. There's Airbus. Nice move. And I bet you Boeing is the opposite direction. ERJ, I did put on this list. You're welcome, Neil. None of the beauty stuff is pretty. Right now, Linda, I gotta agree with you. There's TSM. Interesting on TSM. Look at this level of the swing high. I got a solid level of support sitting at 134.41. We are clearly above that. The news with the CHIPS Act and the money going into them could be a good catapult off of this level of support. What I'd really like to see is, can we take out the 3-month high? All right. Can we take out the 3-month high? It's sitting in the channel. It is rising. For those of you who are more aggressive, I definitely would buy on an open candle. I got no trigger yet. Trend is there. I got no trigger yet. I would probably look for trigger. Let me see if I can give you a price. I can't. I would probably look for trigger before I jump on board. All right. That's my insight to you. Let the trade come to you. The news is good news. The news could be propelling news, propelling the stock higher. Let the trade come to you. All right. Pennywise says TSM looks good to me. Well, it ain't there yet. It's still sitting in a big old freaking channel towards the bottom of the channel. I'm not ready for it yet. And I got a closed candle. Today, even after it gapped up, the price right now is lower than the high. That's a bearish tone on today's candle. But coming off this level of support, it is definitely trending higher. Let me go see. It is trending higher. All right. So I do like that. But for confirmation, let's get trigger. All right. For confirmation, let's get trigger. All right. What else? The Ferrari deal. I do like its upward move coming off a level of support. I think that this is just news. All right. Let's go look at relative value. There's relative safety. Let's go throw relative value on here. Is this work? Wow. It's a fundamentally sound stock. Both relative value, relative safety are up. Even with the bounce off of this level of support, this should be more the level of support right here. Even off the bounce off the level of support, though, I need some trigger. Right now, this is a divergence. The stock is going up and RT is going down. I'd keep my eye on this. I'm not ready to pull the trigger. All right, we got 191 people in here. This is what I want you to do right now. Everybody, take an opportunity. Joey's going to put the link in the chat. All right, I want to get us to 300 people. I think we should have 300 people every live stream. I need you guys right now to share the link that Joey is putting into the chat. Put it out there on your lives, on your socials. Let's get more people in here. More people are looking for good stocks to buy. I'm going to use the power of the VectorVest software and the analysis that we're doing here to help more people make money in the market. And Linda's right. Hit the button. Hit the like button. The more likes we get, the more stocks we get to look at today. All right. The more stocks we get to look at today. All right. I'm almost done with this list. Silver is on the rise. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Silver may be the better play right now than gold. So look at that. We got trend and trigger. Let's go over to gold. Look at it's running too. Both of them are running. But the idea is that gold might be overbought. Let's go put something like add a parameter. Let's go put RSI on here. Technical analysis, RSI. Are we at a level of being overbought? And the answer to that is yes, we are. All right, that's on gold. We are above the level of 80. So right now, gold is overbought. Let's go back to silver. No, silver's not yet. So does that make sense, using a technical indicator to give you some better insight? Yes or no? That's a cool, everybody knows the indicator is a cool indicator. I don't always use it. But RSI is a technical indicator that lets us know when a stock is overbought or oversold. Right now, silver may be the more positive play. Look at that. Where are you getting that news from? Us. This is what we do. This is what we do. So if I'm looking at whether I want to play gold or silver, Harmony has made a lot of you some money. I wouldn't be afraid to take some of that off the table and look at maybe some SILV. And right now, we're just a few cents away from the 3-month high. If you're going to get into silver, if you're not in it yet, look at that. That could be a possible retrace, but we'll see. I would look at 5 cents higher in the high. I would look at getting into SILV if you're going to take that ticker symbol at about 739. At about 739. Look at copper. Let's go look at FCX. I'll go look at that, COPX. Put that on a 3-month graph. What do I think about copper? Look at that. Copper looks good. It isn't at a point of being overbought, Eugene. See that? By way of RSI. But it's interesting looking at these levels on copper being overbought. What's the stock price doing? Still going up. I'd keep my eye on it. I'd buy on a good up day. It's hitting a 3-month high. I'd look at it definitely on a good up day. Today is a closed candle. I'd wait. And let's go look at COPEX. Same scenario. I like them all. I like copper. I like gold. I like silver. I think silver, look at this, COPEX is overbought as well. Silver is the only play that's not overbought. Think about that, folks. So if you're looking at precious metals, they're rocking. If I'm in gold like Harmony or GLD or GOLD, I wouldn't mind taking half off the table and maybe concentrating on throwing some silver into my portfolio. Any other suggestions? Uranium was on the rise, and talking about that, uranium is on the rise, but it's pulled back a little bit. We'll take a look at that as well. There's gold, Sally's. Well, Alta and Alpha moving. Sally's is like not. Sally's is going, no sirree, Bob. So I wouldn't, if I'm going to look at the beauty, I'd look at I'd look at Alta. They are on the rise, but they're still not making me warm and fuzzy. And the last one is Boeing. Man, EASDY, Airbus looks a lot better than Boeing. I'm telling you, it does. Now, we just got trigger. Interesting. We just got trigger on Boeing, but the stock price is not moving. CCJ, I love me some CCJ. I'm only going to take one of those, Linda. I'll take CCJ. All right. I bought EXK for silver, says Linda. There you go. So, Eugene, on the fly, I just gave you a look at copper. How about that? Ask and you shall receive. All right, earnings this week, we did talk about already. Strong optionable picks. I'm still working on comprising a list and how I want to do that on a weekly basis. So, Boeing in a total eclipse. A total eclipse of the Boeing. Where's the money going today? Let's talk about that. Where's the money going today? Man, we didn't get up to 200 people. Thank you guys for everybody who did share the link. Thank you for doing it. I still wanted to get more people, but that's all right. That's all right. I can't make people come, but you can. Let's go look at where's the money going today. The money is going to natural gas. Natural gas is the mover today. Here is the banks. KRE up. Lithium is up. Copper, there you want to see copper. Copper is up. Energy is up. Financials is up. Gold is up a little bit. Where's the money not going? Uranium. I want to look at that industry. View the industry graph. So we saw last week that it was on the rise, right? What happened? It's still rising. Is that right? Natural. That's not what I wanted. Maybe it is. Right click. Do that again. View the stock graph. All right, let's go look at the stock graph. 3 months. Wow. So last week it was rising. If you're in uranium stocks, I do have a solid level of support. Let's use the gap. I got a solid level of support sitting at 29.33. So I'm not going to tell you to panic, but I got a couple of things going on. I got a bearish engulfing, no follow through. I got another bearish engulfing. I'd be very careful with your uranium plays right now. Does that make sense to everybody out there? All right. Does that make sense to everybody out there? FL, I'll write that down. Does that make sense? I like uranium. I think that it's a good play long term, but I got to let the stock come to me. I'd be careful with my uranium picks. All I'm looking at is candlestick formations to help me out. I am looking at the fall. I do have a solid level of support if you want to give this stock or give this industry a little bit more room down to 29.33. I've got trigger. I've got trend. I just don't have cooperation of the stock price, and it is not an overbought territory. All right, that's important that you guys take a look at this stuff. So it's not that I'm just talking. I want you to see what I see. Do you see what I see? I want to help you guys make money. Root, I wrote it down, Chris Gorder. There you go. I wrote it down, Root. All right, go quality for uranium. I like uranium long term. I think it's probably the cleanest energy that's out there. I believe that it's the cleanest energy out there. More and more countries are jumping on board with using it. All right. Where's the money not going? This is oil. GDX, that gold. XLV, XLK, XLI. The dollar is down today. That should help gold. The dollar's down today. Should help gold. So just the feel of where the money's going. Natural gas is the most, natural gas plays probably a good day trade. You always got to look at what's going on in the market in the morning to see how does anybody else do that? Does anybody try to day trade natural gas? Type a yes or a no. Does anybody ever try to day trade natural gas? Small form factor reactors, the future of clean energy. And I've done videos on it, Bill. I think a lot of countries are jumping on board, not with a full-blown plant, but these little generators. So nobody's tried it. Nobody, even my aggressive people. All right, so you know what I'm going to try to do? I'm going to try to set up a portfolio where I watch what's going on in the morning with natural gas. See what's going on and trade it and then close it by the end of the day. I'll come back to you. I'll come back with you on the results to that. I'm going to come back with you on results to that. So it's just going to be get in the morning and get out by the evening, whether it's bullish or bearish. I'm going to see how that works out. It is really volatile, Ramor. It is crazy volatile. Thus the reason why I'm thinking about doing a day trade portfolio. I just got to remember to do it every day. That's the problem. A day trade. So looking at the market in the first half an hour, where is natural gas? Run with it. By the end of the day, I'm out. I look at the next day, see where natural gas is after the first half an hour, and we're going to see that. I'm going to try that. With day trades, I have not done well. Amir, it's not for everybody. I ain't going to lie. It ain't for everybody. Utku says, Glenn, my man, what do you think about the magic formula stocks? I have no idea what the magic formula stocks are. Magic, I'm going to have to write that down. Magic formula stocks. I have no idea what they are, but I'll take a look and see. I ain't never heard of it. It ain't that magic if I ain't never heard of it. That's all I got to say about that. It ain't all that magical. All right, here's some fish for you. MPI 1 day optionable. These are all optionable. Lower dollar stocks. Let's go graph all of these real quick. Put these into, this is on the MPI. All right, 1 day, look at that. There's the cross. Watch this, though. That's a lot of give back. That's a lot of profit taking. You know them. Please give us a magic. I don't know what the magic stocks. I got the magic stocks. Everything I touch turns to gold. It's a song. It's not magic stocks, though. IMMP, I don't like the big wick at the top, but it is a fish that made the list. Loma, man, is this volatile? Good. Googly muggly. Ooh, but you see what I see? Do you see what I see? Trend and trigger just happened today. Bigger body than wick. I'd keep my eye on that. New 3-month high. I definitely keep my eye on that. Bill, I don't know what these magic formula stocks are. Cool. You gotta hook a brother up because I don't know. IMMP, no. Loma, I do like. It's a short-term trade though. AIV got trigger. I got trend low on the trigger. I like that. Not overbought. Very little wick at the top. Keep your eyes on that. You seen this, Amir? I'm giving you some fish, man. LXP. You down with LXP? Of course not. You guys got no energy today. I'll try it again. You down with LXP? Sigh. It's all right. is not in the level of being. It broke out of a channel. It broke. Linda, I know it's Monday. Thank you, Pennywise. This is an interesting play. I'd keep my eye on this. The body is much bigger than the wick. This is an interesting play. As this, keep that on a watch list. Ooh, figs. We got trigger. No trend, but I like that move. That's a nice move. Not overbought. Figs. I like the move. And no wick at the top of the candle. No wick at the top of the candle. More passion for footwork. I'm just trying to get you guys to get pumped. Pump up the jam. Pump it up while the beat is dumping and the groove is pumping. All right, here's my enhanced list of MPI. Let's graph these all real quick. Let's go look at a 3-month graph. These should be better picks. Yeah, there we go. Ryanair, nicely moving up. New 3-month high, a little wick at the top. And we got trigger. All right, next one. Man, ARHS. I like the move on that. Oh, man, good, googly muggly. I'd really like to see it take out the 3-month high. I'd really like to say, and we're not that far from it, sitting at about 16. Ooh, Joey did that. All right. All right. Looking at the 3-month high, sitting at the value about 1640. Let's call it 1645. I'd go 1650 as a buy-in price. I like that move. I do like that move. Next one, IBRX. Man, I don't know what happened that day. It was ugly. But it is moving. Little hammer formation is moving higher. We got trigger, we got trend, and it's not overbought. I'd keep that on. I'd make sure I'd buy on an up day. Sarah, remember the song, Sarah, smile, smile? It's not the same stock, though. That's a lot of sideways move. We do have trigger. We do have trend. That's a lot of sideways move. I need this stock to move out of its own way. I'd be looking at 5 cents higher than the high. Not ready to take that yet. Wow. Third harmonic. That's a little bit of parabolic move. That's probably news driven. Be careful with this. It's not far from the 3-month high. But that's a parabolic move. We did get trigger and we're about to get trend. Keep tight stops on that if you do jump on board. All right, there's some fish for you. Weekly customer picks. We're going to get that in a second. I got more fish for you. Glenn's picks. Here's my picks for you this week. Oh, no, these are not my picks for you this week. How many of you follow Glenn's picks on a weekly basis? Just type a 1 or 2 if you don't. Joe Greenblatt says he has a magic formula and they've reported about how this stocks works better than the overall market. It's basically trying to invest in high value stocks. I got a list like that too. Got a much good or better list. All right. And it's in the portfolios. We show you those. And actually it's in the trading system. It's in the trading system if you're looking for that. All right. So the reason why I asked, I want you to see this. All right. We're going to go back 1 week from last week. Here were my picks from last week. All right, we always look at, you talking about value plays. These are fundamentally sound stocks that I give you on a weekly basis. You want magic stocks? I think that this can be about as magic as you want it to be. I've got to search to find me these stocks. All right, I like that. Jenna says Glenn's gooder list. There you go. Wow, just got stopped out of CCJ for a profit. There you go. I love that. All right, let's do a quick test. These were my top Glenn's picks from last week's live stream. I want you to see this. Folks, that's in 1 week. So you're looking for magic stocks? I think that the search that I have to find my weekly picks for you in the live stream, not my weekly picks from my Monday video, but this is a little different. This is a little different for the live stream. Maybe Dave, I don't know if I want to give away all my thunder. All right, because I still want to make sure that you come back on a weekly basis to see these stocks. All right, I may or may not. I haven't decided, Dave. I haven't decided. All right. Remember, the squeaky wheel gets the oil, though, right? So I'm going to clear this and stream this. I'm going to clear this. I'm going to give you an opportunity right now to pay attention. Are you paying attention? Yes or no? Because I'm not going to start typing in these new stocks unless I know you're paying attention. You guys paying attention? Yes or no? Glenn, I write all your searches and still come. All right. Then maybe, maybe I might give it to you. All right. You paying attention? All right. First stock, ICLR. Next stock, JPM. Next stock, GOOG. Next stock, APO. Next stock, FCNCA. Those are my Glenn's picks. You want fish. These might be magic stocks right here. You want magic. Look at these. Fundamentally sound, undervalued stocks. Good. Oh, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with these kinds of stocks. You saw what my list did last week. Now, is it going to always be that good week after week? I don't know. But when it does, I'm going to put it out there. And if it doesn't, I'll own it. I'll own it. But talk about magic stocks. All right, tell you what I'm going to do. Unisearch. Let's go to, where is it? YouTube, Glenn's Picks. Here's my search for Glenn's Picks. You see it? Price, less than value. So I always want undervalued stocks. For those people who are looking at us talk about stocks that are overvalued, and we say, here's a place to get undervalued stocks. RV greater than 1.1, RS greater than 1.3, and the stock's earnings growth rate greater than 10. That's what I use to get you your picks on a weekly basis. All right? You think JPM will hold up in higher interest rates, concerned about provision for loan losses? So, the beneficiaries most times of higher interest rates are banks. Why? Because they can get paid more money on the money that they loan out if they loan it out. So, Tom, for the most part, higher interest rates are beneficiaries for banks. But now the banks have to hold more money. There's a lot of more regulation on the banks. But the big banks are okay. It is the lower banks, the regional banks that are going to feel the effect. But the Bank of Americas, the JP Morgans, those companies, for the most part, are doing okay with higher interest rates. Does that make sense, Tom? Does that make sense? All right, so there's the search. Linda was the one that talked me into showing it to you. All right. Linda, you couldn't, Linda, it's right here. It's still right here. They're still on my page, right, Joey? Still, Linda, you still can't see this. Did everybody see the search? Yes or no? Did everybody see the search? Yes or no?
Yep.
All right. LIFW, is this a fish? I don't know. I ain't looked at it. Glenn loves big banks. He can't deny. I don't like big banks because they greedy. LIFW. All right, let me see how many likes we got. Let's go to the viewers. Man, I may not look at a whole lot of your stocks today. I'm not feeling it. You guys didn't give me a whole lot of energy today. So I may not, I don't know. So let's go to the portfolios. That's trending Thursday. Let's go look at, what is this? Midday market update. Y'all's portfolio is doing halfway good. Look at it. You say, wake up, Glenn. I'm awake. I'm looking for y'all's energy. I'm awake. All right, but look at that. Y'all's portfolio is looking all right. So let's go back to the viewers. How many likes we get? Joey, we got 90 likes. I'm giving you 9 stocks. So I'm giving you SMCI, NXPI, VRT, that's 3, CCJ, 4, FL, 5, Root, 6, CCO, 7, LIFW, 8, AVAV, 9, and DAL. Here we go. It gives me your 9 stocks for the day. Nope. I only had 90 likes, 94 likes, so this is the stocks we're looking at today. Let's graph them. Again, you guys just got to put a little skin in the game. I had a whole lot of people in here. All you had to do is hit the like button. That's all. That's all I got. It's on. Let's turn it off. Let's go put some stocks in here. All right. 3-month graph. Yes or no on SMCI? I say no. What say you? What say you? RC Rolls Royce, you recommended a while ago. I sold for a very nice price. I'm not in Rolls Royce. I made some money and I'm out of it. All right, SMCI, no. Let's go to the next one. VRT. I'm never going to buy on a down day. You can if you want to. I like the graph. I do like the graph. I won't buy it in your portfolio, but if you like it, I really would. For you, I would really wait for it to take out the 3-month high. I would wait for it to take out the 3-month high. I am not going to ever buy on a down day. I think it makes sense. All right. But at least I've given you a buy point. Man, CCJ is a little volatile right now. Another down day. I do have a level of support sitting at about 46.65 if you're still in it. I don't like it right now. I don't like it right now. And again, all of the people who are putting new stocks in, again, the way I get more stocks to look at, is just hit the like button. All right. So that was for you who just asked me about that. I don't ever want nobody to think that I'm just not paying attention. GMST. It's a lot of name. All right. That's the reason why I'm not looking at any other stocks. All right. CCJ, no. Next one, NXPI. I do like the upward move on it. All right. It's got a little uptrend going on. I got trend. I got no trigger, and trigger's getting worse. What say you about NXPI? Hi, Marie. I haven't seen you for a while. Please, VC Nation, push the like button. It's VV Nation, by the way. NXPI, no. Yeah, how about MO? Utco again? I got 100. I'll give you another stock. I'll give you one more stock. I don't know where I'm going to get that stock from yet. Hold on. You go up. Root. I did that one. Oops, I did that one already. AVA down. Oracle. Oracle would be my next stock on the list. I went back in the chat. Oracle would be my next stock. All right, so I'll put that in there. Dave says ALCC. Wow, I haven't looked at it. You guys are saying no on NXPI. Okay, let's go to the next one. Delta. What say you? I do like that it found a level of support after pulling back. I do like that. A level of support plus a little bit of a gap up. I would say let the stock come to you. I'd look at 12 cents higher than the high. I do like the bounce off support. Nice body, little wick. Chris says, did you miss it? Did you miss what, Chris? Let me go back and look in the chat. Did you do root? No, I didn't do it yet. Dallas, Delta, no. Okay. Let's go to the next one. AVAV. That is the drone company out of Israel. A little bit of an upward move here. You know, I would be a little bit aggressive with this. It's fading the gap. I'm going to give you another buy-in price. Right about here. I'd go 12 cents higher than the high. All right. I have trend, no trigger, no overbought. I'd look at 12 cents higher than this high right here. It is moving up. AVAV, no. Yeah, I'm not going to, I would say no. What else is in here real quick? We got to get through these. Root. I like Root. I like that Root. I cannot lie. Again, I wouldn't buy it today because it's a down day, but I do like the move on Root. If you want to buy it, go. I would look for 12 cents higher than the high, though. I would look for 12 cents higher than the high. But I like the move. I'm just not on a down day. I do have trigger and I do have trend. And it is close to overbought territory. All right, let's go to the next one. Wow. LIFW. That had to be news driven. It went parabolic and a lot of profit taken. I'm not touching it. All right. I had nothing that made me get into that stock. But I mean, that's a big move. I'm not touching it. I am so not touching it. I don't know what the news was on it. Software healthcare. I'm not sure what the news was on it. RSI is super high. Yeah, the RSI is at 90. That stock is way overbought. All right, let's go to the next one. CCO. Man, that's a sideways move. I got no trend. I got no trigger. Let's go. I can put the channel. That's in the channel. The good thing is that it is at the upper part of the channel. If you want to be aggressive on it, I'd look for two things. I'd look to go 5 cents higher than the high, right? And I'd look for trigger. I definitely would need trigger before I jump on board with this. I'm not feeling it right now. Again, no trend, no trigger. But if it can move up enough and break above this level of resistance with trigger, that may not be a bad play, but it'd be a short-term play. The last stock, Foot Locker, no. Just no. I got nothing that makes me feel warm and fuzzy about it as well. I got nothing that makes me feel warm and fuzzy about it. Wow, I finished like right at 1 o'clock, Joey. We didn't put any stocks in here today. All right, there was no stocks that we saw to put in here today. So, let's do one last thing before we go. My multi-bagger picks. What am I up? 8.65%. Look at these moves. Look at these. They may not be baggers yet, but they're getting close. Out of the stocks that are in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 out of the 7 are double-digit winners. 5 out of the 7 are double-digit winners. And VITL, look at that, 76%. Since I talked about it as a multi-bagger. I got a search. And then I did a tweak on my multi-bagger search. 7.6, look at that run. I got 2 stocks that are up double digits, USAP and U. So, this is what I do. This is why I tell you guys to subscribe to the channel. Folks, people say, well, you didn't tell us about it early enough. Hell yeah, I just did. When did I buy these? January 22nd. That's when I bought these. You want to know about them when I do them? Watch the videos that we have on the channel. That's why you need to subscribe. That's why you need to subscribe. All right. Joey eclipses Glenn again. Yes, because Joey is an amazing individual. Joey, when I grow up, I want to be just like you. I know. Joey will always eclipse me. I got a lot of junk glowing up to do. I do. All right, one last thing, one last one. Even though I'm early, Joey's going to complain now. Well, you're eating into my tea time. Whatever. You ain't got no damn tea time. This was a stock that I put you guys on. Uncle Glenn gave you this stock pick. All right, Uncle Glenn gave you this. Yep, Uncle Glenn gave you this stock pick. I like new 3-month move on it. Gap up. Nice 3-month move and 3-month high. I got trend and I got trigger. I've had trend all the whole 3 months. But look at that. 3-month hit. Again, I gave you, Uncle Glenn introduced you to a lot of you guys to this stock. Should we take profits on these? You can whenever you want. If you're up, Amir, if you're up like 20% on the stock, it's all right to take profit on that. I'd rather you lock in a 20% gain than not. All right, oops, Glenn did it again. I just like the first. Sigh. I've been steadily building my position in ALR since you introduced it to me. There you go. All right, I gotta go. Go ahead, Joey. They can't hear it.